Here we are, Trust Assistant Podcast, episode 16. Ladies and gentlemen. And I'm Phil.
I'm Seamus.
I'm Sparno.
Welcome.
Yep. How was the week?
Last week, it was decent.
Decent
Decent week.
Well, we went 7-2 on the show,
7-2,
which is great.
Can't beat that.
And then we went 17-14 overall, which is still good.
Yeah. Slowed the bats down a wee bit, did we?
It's a little bit.
I don't know why you think we do so many. Sparno thinks we have 50 bets a week. We've never had more than 40. Never.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I was away all weekend, so I wasn't really, I offered nothing this weekend. That's why I
As usual.
Wow. I didn't really pay attention even. I didn't.
30's all right, I guess, but.
That's like, it's 4 bets a day.
Four
and
bets.
We do so many on Sunday and Saturday.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
All right.
Sparno, get over it.
All right. You guys have no idea what I have to pull up with. It's so hard to gamble.
No idea what
when
I
you
have to put
got
up
these
with.
two chirping in your ear
no
about
i-
every single thing you do.
You've no idea what me and Sparno have to put up with.
Exactly.
All right, get on to the percentages.
Yes.
So we're 63% with picks on the show. That's all I really did.
Bang, baby.
Everything else is well over 50. Except basketball, we're actually 50% now. NBA. We're going to stop doing NBA. Remember we said in the beginning of the season, NBA is really good, and then it falls off? We've noticed it fell off now. So
fell off very
we'll
quick.
probably switch to college basketball now because college basketball actually looks really system now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
NBA is tough right now.
NBA is real tough. It's been a tough start this season. I think we're.
No, the beginning was real good.
But what are we at now? Like 18,
We're
18 or
35 and
something?
35.
35 and 35. Yeah. So as I said, it's going to take us maybe, we'll still do some spot plays, I guess, when it's real system.
Yeah.
But we're not going to maybe switch over to the NCAA. Or,
We'll do the NBA playoffs when it comes.
Ah,
That's good.
For now,
That's
we'll
always
just
good.
we'll go to football, all the football, and we'll do some college basketball.
sounds good.
I
Yeah,
think that'll
because it's good. It's a good week to dabble in the college basketball because there's only one bowl game on this week, is there? It's Navy and Army.
Yeah, that's all we got.
College football isn't starting until like next week.
Yeah.
Really, all the games, and we're going to dominate in that.
So we're
for
actually
sure.
only going to do 2 picks each for you today.
This morning.
I feel like it's tonight.
It's real dark.
So yeah. If you've been taking the picks on the show only for the year, you're 63%, which is way better than pros, better than anyone, better than 5-star, better than anyone. All right. And if you've been taking all the picks, you're still doing pretty good. We're up big for the year. We've had a couple rough weeks. We've had one bad week. We've only had one bad week, and the rest are good weeks or nothing weeks. That's it.
Yeah, but I want to just touch base this real quickly. You said, Phil, the way you word stuff on Twitter is real good because there's a couple of bets when we really, 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 really like it. You mentioned like bet it big or bet it huge or whatever.
All right, so let me get on that. So I've done that for 4 bets only this year. All 4 won, and I've said to each one, you bet these huge. And I did what I did was I bet them like 5 times my bet, 5 times my normal bet. So if you take those 4 picks that I did, I'm 20 bets right there.
Yeah, because 2 of them happened last Friday. I think at 12 o'clock, right? It was K-State and
K-State and
Fresno?
Was
Was
it
it Fresno?
Saturday?
Saturday morning. It was
Saturday,
K-State and Tulane.
Tulane. Or Toledo.
No, was it Toledo?
There's Toledo.
Yeah. K-State and Toledo. So those bets I bet huge, 5 times my normal bet. So there was 4 of them in the year. So me personally, I did 5 times my normal bet. So if you add those up, that's 20 bets right there. So I need to lose 20 bets to get that back.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know what you guys did, but I said bet it huge on the Twitter and Instagram. So you must have done more than your normal bet.
I know some people who listen.
I know some people did.
Yeah, but
and then that same day we had 3 o'clock, which was great. And then at 7 o'clock, I said, "Look, you're 5-1. You don't have to bet this, but I'm going to give bets anyway because in case you're a horny bettor and you need to gamble like us,
I'm very horny.
then take them." But if you listen to what I'm saying, that means at 12 o'clock you bet them big, and at 7 o'clock maybe if you bet them small.
You dabble.
So that means you're up much more. For the year, you're really up much more money-wise
Than the record
than the record shows if you've done these things correctly.
Makes sense.
Which I have, and we have. So
I have.
unit-wise, we're up 20 more units than the record is. So let's say overall for the season, we're like, it's like 240 and 200. It's about 240 and 200 with all the bets.
That's like 56%.
So that makes me 260 and 200.
Yeah, I get it.
That's just me. So I'm 60 bets up. And that's that. So let's go into our recap.
All right. Should I start off?
Start it off, baby.
Yeah, even though
Mr. 3-0.
So, I probably should have
Again?
ended, but going ahead, yeah.
It's insane.
I'm just on fire. That's all it is. Well, the first one, I'll go with the change. I originally had Jacksonville on the show, and last minute, I switched it to the Steelers.
The replacement pick?
The replacement pick -1.
So honestly, what happened was we forgot that we had the Jags on the show, and it didn't look good on Sunday.
It looks horrible.
So we were like, shit, the Steelers are good, the Jags are not good. We didn't even bet the Jags, and then someone inboxed us and said, what happened to the Jags? And then I realized, and I was like, oh shit, we took the Jags in the show. Let's switch it to the Steelers.
So
we just did that.
last
greatest-
minute switch.
Greatest replacement pick ever.
Yeah, great move by me. Steelers -1. They won the game 19-16. They're pretty dominant all game. Falcons came close to the end, made it a little scary, but they won the game by 3. And then the second game, I had Toledo -1.5. They won 17-7. Phil said earlier that was one of our main picks. Said bet it big,
But a huge?
bet it huge. They won by 10.
Did you bet it huge?
I bet it huge.
Wow.
I
Did you?
I can't actually say.
I took the I
was
took
so
the money
drunk.
line into points on that one actually.
Did you really bet money
I
line?
went nuts. Yeah.
That is pretty nuts.
And then the last one, Raiders +1.5 versus the Chargers. We said Chargers suck. Hubert's a scumbag. And they won that game by 7, 27-20. So there I go, Mr. 3-0 for me.
Yeah. No one's more on the ball about Hubert than you, Mike
Yeah,
Sparrow.
I hate him.
Every week we're talking about Hubert.
Somehow he comes to the picture. I don't know how, but he does.
It's like 100 games every week, and yet you just zoom in on Hubert. All right, I'll go to my recap. Again, so I'm probably says a few times that I said last week I was in Cincinnati. Great time. So I was watching these games in different bars and stuff. So on the Friday, my only loss, I went 2-1. So my only loss was Utah against USC. This
USC was up 17-3
That was a heartbreak.
at right before halftime.
I had USC and the under, and I was sitting in Cincinnati for Brooklyn. Again, can't emphasize if you get a chance to go to Cincinnati, it's one of the best towns I've ever been to. But they went up. You said there was 14-3. This is in the first quarter. I'm like,
Yeah.
they just gotta slow down. I was like, I'm counting money in the bank. I was like, I just don't want it to go over. Next minute, I think
Lose both.
Yeah, Utah went friggin' knocked off. No, I think did it lose both?
Oh, yeah, the under hit.
I think the under,
The
was
under hit,
like
the under hit,
60 whatever or 70 someone. Yeah. Anyway, look, this is one of those things where USC. Look, I talked about them all
The
year.
under did not hit.
What?
The under didn't hit. It was over.
It didn't. It went way over.
Yeah.
Yeah. USC. That's one of the things where look, you get to see where I was probably batting them with my heart more than anything. I fucking love USC all year. I've talked about them all year. I just really wanted to be right, so I probably forced that pick. They lost by 23 points. They're out of the playoffs, and I went 0-1 there. But so start back Saturday. This is one of our. I felt like this is a big game. I don't know if you mentioned it. It was Fresno against Boise State Broncos. Fresno won that game 28-16. They were 3-point dogs, and just look, they ran them into the ground. I think their main running back had like 25 carries for over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. They just ate the clock up. Boise never had a chance. That got me to 1-1. And then my final game was a game I was at in Cincinnati, Bengals. Great town. Went down, was talking a lot of, done the system thing.
Is it a good town?
Did I say that before? I was in the bar. I was like, I kept asking people, talking to people. The Bengals fans down there were real worried. Like, oh, I'm so like, I don't think they can call, like they can win. They can win.
That made it even better.
That's why I got.
How did Brooklyn feel about the game?
He had some head in him. It was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But that's why I got him to take the pick. I
Me
don't.
and Sparno said before the game, we were like, I texted him, I'm like, what are the chances that with Sheamus and Brooklyn at the game, the Chiefs can win? Sparno's like 0. I said 100 out of 100 times, if Sheamus and Brooklyn go to this game, the Bengals are going to win
Yes.
every single time.
Yes.
Sheamus would be drunk and stupid, and Brooklyn's going to be mad at him.
Yeah.
I was, and then every time what happened was I kept telling everyone, I was like, Bengals by 3, Bengals by 3. So next minute, I think it was in like I was real drunk. So in the second quarter, McPherson was lining up a big long field goal, and I just turned around to the people behind me. I'm like, Money McPherson, he kicks it. Next minute, it was towards the end of the game. Butner for the Chiefs, he's lining up his field goal. I turned around to everyone, I was like, pushing it wide.
I'm telling you, man. Butker, was he going nuts on the sidelines like last time?
He is he's the most amped person I've ever seen
He's the
in my
greatest
life.
kicker to watch.
Yeah.
If you go to a game, we went to the Giants Chiefs game last year.
year.
We're watching Butker on the sidelines. He literally is on the field the entire game warming up. Like if the ball's on one side of the field, Bucker's on this side of the field, fucking doing random shit. Did he do it that time too?
Yeah, he's kind of a player. That's what I'm saying. He's like, you're watching the game, but you're also watching him.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's more interesting in the game.
Yeah.
He really is. So it was
great.
funny. And I said to you,
So the second he missed that kick, I text Seamus, the hardest worker in the league missed.
I know, he was like, what's it like over there? And that stadium again was real loud. It wasn't as loud as Kansas City at that time. It probably is the best stadium.
That
but
place is loud.
The Bengals stadium was nuts. The fans were great. And that got me to
Great
2-1.
Cincinnati's
okay,
cool.
Tom.
I was there in
Yeah, you went
2020
there,
for the
right?
Giants. Yeah, during COVID. It was everything had to close at 10, which sucked, but that's where we met Kyle from Green Bay.
Well, that was, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Phil was texting me all the different places to go. I hit up a few of them. I had went down with the thought that Ohio, because Cincinnati's in Ohio. I don't know when I think Ohio. I think
Yeah, it's like a stupid place.
Yeah,
Like, no one goes
I
there.
know. I think it's like Middle America. I think it's sloppy. XYZ. The Cincinnati Bearcats, their University Cincinnati's right in the middle there too.
Yeah,
So down by the
that's good.
stadiums called the Banks. There's always something going on. Pretty girls, cheap as fuck, drinking shots of Jameson, which were like Jameson neats for like $3 a pop. Unreal.
So we met this guy Kyle from Green Bay there once, and we actually go to Giants game with him now that they met him.
Yeah.
You should look him up, actually.
Yeah.
He's famous on the Jim Rome show, Kyle in Green Bay.
Yeah.
If you look it up on YouTube, it's fucking hilarious because he calls in one time and he fucks up and just Jim Rome kills him nonstop.
But he comes famous for it.
He's
in a way.
famous for it, like on the Jim Rome show. You got to watch it. Look it up.
But we also hope we don't know how we'll finagle it, but to try and get him on the show.
We're gonna get him on the show one
and
time.
we'll do a whole fucking thing because when we were down in Florida and I met Cal for the second time. I think Sparno, you met him for the first time. We've had this on the YouTube.
We were just watching it nonstop.
I couldn't
Nonstop,
stop.
on the TV.
It gets funnier every time you watch it.
It is funny, man. If you watch Kyle in Green Bay, just look it up on YouTube. It's very funny.
Yeah. So anyway, that got me to 2-1. Over to you, people.
Oh yeah, forgot about me. So I went 2-1 as well. I told you I never go 1-2 again.
That's true.
And that's a fact. And it's never going to happen again because we're only taking 2 bets this week. So I had UCF versus Tulane. Tulane was -3.5. I got Tulane, and that was one of those bets. I didn't say bet it big. No, it was one of our good bets though. 28-45, Tulane crushed UCF. There was a secret reason about that one, and it came true. The next one, I had TCU versus K-State. K-State was -1.5 against the undefeated TCU team. That's the best team in college football. And we took K-State as a favorite
How did TCU get in the top 4 after losing that game?
because they lost in overtime to a great team. That's why. That's what
That's
happened.
bullshit.
It is bullshit.
That's what they do, though. If you lose close in overtime, it's different. It means something. College, the points matter. How much you win by and how much you lose
I get
by.
that too, but I think if I don't know how they measured against, but I think if USC had won, USC would have bumped up to number 3, and I still think then they would have put who they put in Ohio State as
Ohio
number
State.
4.
Did
I
they
think
win
Ohio
the-
State would have kicked TCU out. I don't think it makes any sense.
Ohio State's just better, though. I mean,
I don't
TCU is
comprehend-
not that good.
I know
did they
that,
get
but
in?
I don't. So TCU didn't.
What is
leave-
the top 4 anyway?
It's Georgia,
Michigan.
TCU stayed exactly where they are, and
3.
just
And Ohio
Ohio
State?
State flipped with
No, TCU went from 4 to 3.
No, USC was 4. TCU stayed at number 3. They were always
okay.
number 3.
And
So
Ohio
they-
State gets in.
Yes. So TCU.
Well, look, Ohio State fucking lost to Michigan. That's it.
I have no
number 2 team.
I have no problems with that. But so I'm saying, let's say USC had 1 and TCU lost. USC would have went to number 3. Would they have kept TCU at number 4? I don't think they should have.
Instead of Ohio State. you mean?
Yeah. I just don't understand how they do it.
If they won or lost.
If USC won, you're saying.
If USC had 1 and
TCU
TCU
still
still
lost?
lost, USC would have moved up.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't comprehend it. I really thought they would have dropped.
I
out
wonder what would have
completely.
happened there. I wish that would have happened.
I know.
Well, but USC lost to Utah already.
Twice.
No, but if they won that one, they lost to Utah, and TCU would have only lost to K-State, who's top 10 team, and Utah's not. TCU probably would have got in.
And Ohio State wouldn't have if
I mean,
USC had 1.
USC maybe not.
If they're winning? No, they had to be. They're already ranked 4.
USC was already ranked number 4.
Maybe
so let's
Ohio
say
State out there.
I know.
But Ohio State's better than both those teams.
I know they are. USC suck. I hate USC.
So funny. All right, and then I had, K-State, great bet, great pick. One of the best bets of the year.
That
Very
was the
obvious.
most obvious system.
That's a
bets.
huge
Yeah.
Phil special. You got to take it every time, and it's good. Jets +3 versus the Vikings. I love this bet so much. Mike White, he had fucking 2 chances at the end of the game to score touchdowns. Dude drops in the end zone.
Barrios.
They couldn't get it in. Crazy.
They had 2 chances. Yeah.
They lost 22-27. We just missed it.
Yeah, he started so slow too. I think
They could have just kicked 2 field goals at the end of the game
I would've won.
and won.
I know.
instead of trying to get it in twice. But whatever. That's the Jets.
Classic Jets.
Classic Jets.
That's why they were on the system killer board back in the day.
So we got a very special thing for you guys today. For the whole year, people have tried and been calling into the show. You keep hearing the Growler's phone go off, mid-show every time. So we've been racking up these callers, and so finally, we have a lot of time this week.
There's no college football, so
Yeah, we got no college football. So you know what? What we did is we corralled all the callers that we've had all year, and we got them all on the line right now.
Got all the lads
waiting
together.
to speak. They've been waiting and waiting. We got them on the hold for at least 20 minutes.
some familiar faces to the locals, some familiar faces to the country. It's pretty good.
So I would like to introduce to you our first caller, Shannon Sharp. What's going on, Shannon?
Hey, how you doing? Now, the big question is, usually I'm hosting my show, the Skip and Bailey Show. So, the fact that I'm on this show, it's just my pleasure and it's my honor. And before I say anything, I just want to let you know I bleed blue and orange.
Shannon, what do you think about the system?
Well, the system's a good thing right now. And I'll tell you right now, matter of fact, the system with the Broncos right now is not doing too good.
What's going on with the Broncos? I know you were a big Broncos guy for a long time.
I like to trade right away. Matter of fact, I won 2 Super Bowls with the Broncos, won a 3rd Super Bowl with the Ravens. When I was with the Ravens, the defense was scoring more than the offense. So I didn't have to do much as a tight end on the Ravens. But when I was on the Broncos, I had Elway, and he was throwing right to me.
Yeah, I think Shannon. Thanks,
I
Shannon.
just wish I had Skip Bayless in here right now, because I do feel a little, outsourced right now without Skip on the show. But it's no thing. The system, I love what y'all doing.
Thanks, Shannon.
Shannon.
We appreciate it, man. It's nice having a guy like you on the podcast, man.
It's my pleasure.
Listen, we got to get to someone else.
Yeah.
Take a break, all right, buddy?
Great caller to
We got Nick from John's Pizza Shop
So
on McLean Avenue.
it's pizzeria from McLean Avenue, John's Pizza. The
best.
owner's been calling in every week. So we got.
Call in because I'll tell you what I like to do is with that Lions and Jaguars game with Trevor Lawrence, he got blown out because he had no time in the pocket.
Wow, you watched that game, Nick?
I watched it, believe me, and it was 40-19. And what I would like to do in this particular situation with that Tampa 2 defense, and you put Goff in the pocket, in Detroit, what I would like to do is, so with Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if you saw, but in this particular situation, he looked like he didn't even know where he was. He was in Detroit. He looked like a straight jadul. And I'll tell you right now, with Coach Doug Peterson, you speak about jaduls. That guy's one for the books right now. Because with Joe Biden in office, I might have to close my doors tomorrow.
Nick, any opinion on the system?
I'll tell you what, the system's a great thing going. I've had my pizzeria since 1981. Nicky, why are you talking about chicken franchise? This is a pizzeria. They should be ordering pizza and a calzone. Only why they have a chicken marsala on the menu.
Nick, speak about your specials. Do you have any lasagna this
Well,
week?
I'll tell you what, the lasagna is only on Sundays because what I like to do is I like to put the regault on top of the lasagna.
Any other specials?
What we do is we do the sausage calzones, and this is only a Monday through Friday thing.
All right, look,
So
enough.
what I do is I do $4.95 for the calzones only, and you can get a beef patty if you want that with. We got beef patties now.
Look, if you want to hear any more about Nick's specials, fucking Dallas pizza place.
Let's get another call on.
All right. Thanks a lot, Nick. We appreciate it.
Let's
See
go,
you next time.
Let's go to line 3. I think of one of my own people on the line. Line 3, Vinny.
For fuck's sake, it's Vinny Norton. And what have you on the line for so long now? Your one came back, I'm sitting in the corner pocket having a gin and tonic and throwing darts.
Vinny, I want to ask you something. Our Thanksgiving special, we had Sean Cassidy on the show.
Well, no disrespect for Cass, but you want Dermot and I'm banned from the place now. I could not give two fucks about Sean Cassidy, but the problem is the Dermot Cassidy.
What's wrong with Dermot Cassidy?
Well, the problem is the wanker doesn't do anything. He just sits there and then he bark his orders and whatnot.
Vinny, I know you're really good at rapping. You're like the only.
But not for nothing. There's the hurling match, and he wouldn't have the volume on high now. They have the hurling match where Kilkenny was playing Derry.
That was a good game. And Vinny, give
But
us
not
a...
ever Vancouver and throwing darts. You want to come back with the one in the target.
Vinny, any system raps for us?
You got any system raps?
All right, next
You
caller.
know what?
I'm not doing no raps. If you want anybody to rap, you call Oval. Cut cat out. I'm not calling to be put on the spot like this.
All right, Vinny.
If you want to meet me, I'm down at the corner pocket over the sawmill.
We appreciate you a lot.
It used to be Jimmy's Tavern. Now it's the corner pocket.
All right,
And I got Larry in my pocket.
I gotta cut this guy off.
Yeah, he's drunk.
Yeah, typical Irishman.
So next caller, we got very unorthodox one, Stone Cold E.T. on the line here. Stone Cold.
This is Stone Cold E.T. and I'm at the drive-thru, and I'm letting you know that you're wasting my time.
Stone Cold E.T. right now is in the White Castle drive-thru on South Broadway in Yonkers, and he's waiting for his 30-pack of
And
cheese.
after that, I'm headed on the Sawmill northbound to 287 East, because I'm going to whip Sparno's ass. He's sitting there with that shit-eating grin, and I'm going to go to Walter's, get me some footlorns, mustard, and a little bit of onion, and I'm going to whoop Sparno's ass up and down Mamaroneck Avenue.
Wow.
Wow.
You scared, Sparto?
A little bit.
You sit there with that shit-eating grin, and you got nothing to say. The fact of the matter is, when Stone Cold E.T. walks into the Brazen Fox, the Texas rattlesnake is gonna drag you out by your throat and whoop your ass up and down Mamaroneck Avenue.
Wow, that sounds great to watch.
There's nothing to laugh about, and I'm telling you now, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold E.T. said so.
Thanks.
All right.
That's enough of him. Let's hear it.
Sparto's real scared.
My pillow guy.
Spartle's very nervous about
I'm
Stone
a little
Cold
nervous about
E.T.
this
Cut
one.
him off.
All right, next line. We got My Pillow.
Mike Lindell,
Lindell.
My Pillow guy. Next.
Hello, I'm Michael Lindell, and I'll tell you, with my system, in this economy, you get the best system results. Trust in my system. Use the promo code #MySystem.
You can't cut him off. He's more even out of this world than fucking Stone Cold E.T.
All right, number 5, very, very special guest for you. He's been calling in all season trying to see how we're doing. Seamus, who is it?
Mr. President.
President Joseph Biden.
Look, man.
Hey, Joe.
Look, man, here's the deal. You talk about the system. We have a great economy going, and I've been about the system. But with the Inflation Reduction Act, what I'm doing is I'm putting food on American people's tables. The system gives you a little breathing room, as my dad would say.
So do you think that the system kind of cuts inflation, Joe? Is that your move?
Look, here's the deal. Biggest system move my dad made was in the 60s when we moved from Delaware. They closed the coal mine in Scranton, which I've been doing lately, is closing coal mines. And we went to Delaware, and we jumped on the tech thing.
Seems like he's
My
forgotten what to say.
Yeah.
So the system's been going on. It just wasn't advertised.
So Joe Biden created the system, is what you're saying.
So I think what you guys are doing is a great thing. Look, Americans don't want to pay more at the supermarket or the grocery stores to go to a restaurant. You get a cheeseburger with French fries. Heck, it's costing you $25 and whatnot.
Sparno paid $25 for a burger today.
I did.
Look, that thing was really well done. I said sweet potato fries. Heck, they're charging you $3 more for sweet potato fries. I said, whatever happened to onion rings?
All right, Joe, thanks for that there. It made a lot of sense as usual. Let's go to line number 6, Sparno. Who's on the line?
Mr. Donald Trump.
Wow, we got former President Donald Trump on the
Back
line.
to back?
Look, former president, I'm going to have to beat him a third time. Because with Sleepy Joe, he's nothing but a threat to the economy. You look at what's going on with democracy, skyrocket inflation, high interest rates. We need the system. Look, I was system for 4 years. You see what's going on with the stock market. And I'll tell you what, I'm surprised. I'm actually shocked that you had Sleepy Joe. He's such a threat to democracy. You look at what's going on with the economy, skyrocket inflation, high interest rates. We need the system, and we need number 45 again. We need 45 like never before seen.
What would you do differently the next time,
Well,
Mr. Trump?
I'll do exactly what I did when I was 4 years of president. Look, you're looking at low interest rates, low taxes. You're going to see things that you've never seen done before. I handled COVID quite well. Matter of fact, my only regret is Fauci. I would have sent him packing day one, believe me.
Some would say we had the best economy under Trump. Some would say we had the worst economy under Trump.
No, it actually was the best. Whoever says they're the worst, they're working for Joe Biden. I call him Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe. I don't even know if he knows where he is right now. When he called in, did he say where he was?
I think he said he was in Neverland.
Well, keep him there, believe me. And I'll tell you what, if I got to go against him in 2 years, I'm going to beat him a third time.
All right, Donald.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
We appreciate
I'm
it.
calling from Mar-a-Lago, Florida.
What do you have to say? Actually, what do you have to say about Florida? Some people say...
Look, I love Florida. It's one of the greatest states, and that's why I switched my residence. I left New York, and I said, I don't know what's going on in New York. It looks like Venezuela. You got communists running it, and you got people running wild. I said, Melania, we're packing, and we're going to Florida.
What about the
Plus, you
Saints?
have this Governor Hochul. Does she even know what she's doing?
What do you have to say about the Saints if he runs against you next time?
I call him Dol Sanctus. Look, he's not a bad guy. I know I got a lot of dirt on him, believe me, and I'm not going to spill it out right now in the system. You guys are doing a great thing. You're placing bets. You're putting money in people's pockets. And believe me, President Biden is taking a lot of money from people. He's taking a lot. You're looking at inflation. I was at the grocery store. $16.99 for a pound of chicken. I said it's chicken. It's chicken.
Thank you, Mr. Donald Trump.
Thanks,
Thank
Todd.
you for having me. And we're going to win again, and we're going to win like never before.
All right. Last but not least,
We got someone who probably has big interest in Phil's business.
Yeah.
Bar extraordinaire, John Taffer.
how you doing, John?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm calling from Michigan.
So, hey, what do you think about growlers? You come
I
in.
was there last night, and I got a lot to say about growlers. Okay, first off, you had a waitress right there. She was touching raw chicken and then shaking up margaritas. So if it was up to me, I think you need to fire her ass.
Maybe we will.
What's her name?
I don't think maybe. I think you definitely should.
Will you come in here and help us?
I think you need not more than my help, believe me. I'm sitting in the Tahoe right now. I'm in Michigan, and I think you need a lot more than help. First off, you need to dim the lights. It's very bright.
Is a very bright bar.
There
I
you go.
asked for a gin and tonic, and I got a lemonade with vodka.
We're doing our best, all right?
With a 3-count pour.
We're doing our best, John. I mean,
John, what would you do to this bar if you had the choice?
I'd shut it down. I'd fire half the staff, and then I'd shut it down.
so, thank you, John.
No, thank you. You got a lot of work to do.
So we normally do the picks for the person on the show, but now we got these callers, so we're gonna ask some of their picks.
Yeah, every week I do the celebrity pick, and we actually have some celebrities on the line for once, so I thought I'd move them forward. So I'm going to go to line 1, Shannon Sharp, ex-Bronco extraordinaire. Are you there, Shannon?
Ex-Bronco, 3-time Super Bowl champion.
That's him. Shannon, the Broncos...
Don't take anything away from me. What I did on the field is nobody can top.
Shannon, so the
Talk
Broncos...
about Gronkowski. I don't know where he's at. I know where I'm at. Skip Bayless.
Shannon, the Broncos
Shannon,
play...
baby.
Jesus, Shannon. The Broncos play the Chiefs on Sunday. The
Now,
Chiefs
this is Shannon
are
Sharp,
minus
National
9.5.
Short. Just letting you know.
Shannon, do you want to pick a team between the Broncos and the Chiefs? The Chiefs are minus
Why would
9.5.
you ask me that? We talking about the AFC West. Why would you? You have the audacity to ask me. You think I'm not going against the Broncos?
All right.
Russell Wilson in the pocket. He's doing a terrible job.
Broncos plus 9.5.
Don't get me wrong.
Thanks,
here.
Shannon.
Russell Wilson is not doing a good job, but I bleed blue and orange.
Cut this guy.
You talking about the Elway days?
All right.
Cut him off. This guy,
97, 98. I don't know where you was at.
Shannon Sharp, just keeps talking.
All right, let's go next up to, may as well finish the two presidents. Go with Joe Biden first. Joe, you still awake over there?
Look, man, I'm here.
All right,
I
Joe.
told you with the Inflation Reduction Act, I'm facing the man.
Joe, the Ravens.
Let's talk infrastructure.
No, we want to talk about picks this weekend. We've got the Ravens. Your next door neighbors are playing the Steelers. Steelers are minus 2.5. Do you think the Ravens cover the 2.5 spread?
Look, I'm not going against the Rust Belt. I'm from Scranton, PA. My father said, hey, Joe, go out, get a paper route, start working. Heck, why do you think they call me Union Joe?
So you taking the Steelers?
I'm from the great state of Pennsylvania. We got John Fetterman, who just won the Senate. Of course I'm going Steelers.
All right, so Steelers it is.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
They
so much,
call it the steel curtain.
All right, Joe.
What I'm doing is I called their...
Joe.
I
All right,
called
Joe,
it-
back to sleep.
Hang up this damn phone.
All right, and then the final pick.
Let's build the bridge.
I thought he was cut.
Heck, let's build tunnels in the mountains. The Republicans are on board with it.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Keep doing what you're doing because you're putting money in people's pockets.
All right, next caller.
The final caller then is the other president, Donald Trump. Don, are you there?
Well, listen, I'd say go Ravens because whatever Joe does, you want to do the opposite. This guy's clearly now winning. You're looking at 2 years of a disaster.
All right, that's a bonus pick. But Don,
It's a bonus. I'd say bet the mortgage.
Don, I know you're down
Bet
there.
the farm.
I know you're down there in Florida. The Bucks play the 49ers this weekend. Your big buddy Tom Brady.
Look, they call him Thomas Edward Brady. Guy's 45 years old, and I was 40. I was the 45th president. We have a lot in
Wow.
common.
So you're gonna go for the Bucks plus
You
3.
know it. Signed, sealed, delivered.
All right, so there you go for 3 celebrity picks.
I'll tell you who I'm not betting on, and that's Sleepy Joe. We sent Pelosi packing. If only we could send all the Democrats back, and the place would be a much better place.
All right, see you later, Don.
And we start winning again.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And look, I appreciate what you're doing. We got a very bad economy right now. Stocks are down the tubes. Nobody's winning. If anybody's winning, Tampa Bay's winning.
Thanks, Don.
The
No,
system's
thank
winning.
you.
All right.
All right, that's it.
Those are our picks.
It was good to have all the boys on at once.
Yeah.
All right,
That's pretty
now
good.
we're going to go to our celebrity guest, our actual guest of the day. We have
Yonkers celebrity?
Yeah, Yonkers native, Mikey Mullins coming on the show. And here we go. And here we are. We got Mikey Mullins on the show.
Finally.
One of
Glad
our-
to be here.
One of our good friends. He kept cutting out on us.
It's about time.
I don't know about that.
We got him on. But you know
here.
what?
Thank you guys for having me.
What's going on? After those phone calls from all those guys, you took up a lot
That
of
was
shows.
crazy, man.
I know.
Oh, you were here for that? That was
No,
fucking-
but I was listening on the car in,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
on the ride in.
Yeah, there's some
crazy.
big names in there.
So
I can't believe the president called, man.
hey man,
We're getting famous.
the podcast is going up. It's
going
We're
places.
going up.
Very system.
Very system.
Once you get like 600 followers, Biden notices.
Yeah. We got 10,000 views on my
I'm surprised
reel.
you noticed.
He saw Sparto's reel.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So I met Mikey because I'm one of his little brother's like best friend. We grew up together, and we just
I met Mikey at Tyrone House. I think you went to school with my brother, right?
Yes, Stepinac. Class
Stepinac.
of
were you guys in
01.
the same grade?
Yeah.
Class of
Him and
01.
Ross?
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, wow.
But then he was working at Tyrone House, this little bar down in South Yonkers. And I was young. I was like 17. And it's the only part I can get into.
And you look 13.
Yeah. I had my brother's ID. My brother is pale and 6'2". And I'm fucking short and 5'6".
And it was
I had my
dark.
bro-
Was your brother also not working behind the bar? As you're showing his ID?
No. I think he was just going in there. But Mikey let me in because he knows my brother. So that's how I met Mikey from Tyrone House.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tyrone House.
Dave Tolman got me the gig there.
That's
Wow. Tyrone House was great back then, man. It was just a stupid bar that you just get wasted in.
Pretty much was the Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was.
It was the Wild West.
Is it still open?
And now it's what's it called now?
Fancy Brady's.
Fancy Brady's.
Francie Brady's.
Fancy Brady?
It was funny. We were probably there at the same time. We didn't even know each other back
The
then.
Tyrone
Yeah, we
House
didn't
been
even know
there
each other.
since 1959. So
Really?
yes.
Wow.
Wow. That's great.
So,
So
I've
Mary T seen it all. She owned the place. She's still alive. God bless her. And
I kind of have a story about like similar to Sparno's story from the Vinny episode about the Tyrone House.
Tell it.
So I was like fucked up. I was on friggin' Xanax and drinking like a
treats,
maniac.
treats.
I was
Tasty
probably
treats.
like 17 at the time. Back then, that was the big thing. So I was like blacked out, and me and my boy, I remember we just wanted to go smoke, and we leave, and for some reason, we get in my car to smoke and start driving around the neighborhood like in a circle smoking, right? So all of a sudden, I get pulled over. I'm like, shit, I was wasted. I was blacked out. The guy pulls me over, but I remember this part. He goes, "Do you realize what you just did?" Screaming at me. I was like, "What?" He's like, "You just went through a do not enter sign, down a one-way street, my lights flashing to not go by, and cones blocking the way." I look back, I go, "Those cones?" And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Shit." He goes, and I remember the guy. He's like, one time he pulled me over once, or one time I was drinking in the park, and it was this guy, and he let me go because I was Italian. He saw my license. He's like, "Oh, Gasparino, you're Italian."
He was Italian too.
Yeah, so I told him, I was like, "Aren't you the cop that let me go once for being Italian?" And I guess because I said that, I got saved because he said, he just goes, "Just get the fuck out of here." I should have been arrested for sure, man. That was a big Sparno moment in my life.
That's great.
Yeah, this fucking sucks. At Sparno, you have those two stories, and the story I told where I literally just took a piss outside, and
Yeah.
I end up in cuffs. And used
Listen, you got it made with the rest of your life.
It's the Italian white privilege, man. Can't
Yeah.
beat that.
it exists.
It does exist.
The Irish white
exists
privilege is
for
worse.
Italians.
Yeah.
The Irish is worse.
It actually is.
Way worse.
Now wait, were you?
Remember the time you got
I was going to
pulled
say,
over?
well, not to me, because I was going to say that story. Were you in a car
Yeah,
with
Byrne.
Byrne? We were
Talk about that.
Yeah, because we were going to Atlantic City, and Byrne is the cars. So it's me, Sparno, Byrne, and a boy, McTiernan. So real quickly, to all the, like our local friends who asked, McTiernan's just talking the whole time about fucking clam strips. we're all going to fucking Atlantic City to gamble, and all he says like, "Wow, boy, the best clam strips." I'm like, McTiernan, what the fuck are
And
you
he's never,
talking
been,
about?
he's never been to AC in his life.
And then there's not a clam strip in friggin' AC because believe me and him went looking. But next minute there's a cop riding Burns' ass and they like lights goes on, pull him over, and they're like, it's the same thing. And he's like, "Do you know why you're like pulled over?"
But
And
Byrne was completely retarded. He was blasting his music, smoking a cigarette as
Yeah.
he getting pulled over.
meanwhile, apparently, I didn't know, unbeknownst to me, I knew that he had a lot of tasty treats in the back of his car. So he's like sweating like a pig. So the cops are on each side, and these are like more state troopers or
Yeah,
maybe
state
whatever
Yeah,
it is.
those are the tough ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
tough,
are.
man.
So they're asking Byrne like, what are you doing? And Byrne's like sweating, and he's like making no sense.
No
saying the
sense.
He
stupidest
never
stuff in
does.
the world.
His radio's still
He
blasting.
never makes sense.
Radio's still blasting.
The guy's like, the other cop goes to me in the patch. He goes, "Have you been drinking?" And I'm like this, and he's like, "It's okay. You're not driving. You can tell if you're drinking or not." I goes, "Yeah, I've been drinking." He's like, "Oh, you're Irish?" "Yeah." So he goes back to the car, bing, 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 writes. Next week he comes up, he puts Burns' license back in the thing. He goes, "You should thank your fucking Irish buddy that I'm not writing you a ticket." And then he starts having a conversation with me because his family was Irish American, and we shot the shit and got him out. But after that, Byrne loved me.
What's not to love?
Thanks, man. But then that just sort of brings me on then, I guess, to how I met Mikey. And we're going to talk about it now in a minute, is the gauntlet.
The gauntlet, man. 24 teams.
24 teams.
We
It went-
spoke about the gauntlet once before
Yeah.
on the Ryan episode.
and we're bringing it back. But I've actually maybe, so I said to you, we get together in a big park, 24 fucking guys. It's nuts. If you think about that, 24 teams.
Trying to do a draft like that with
Yeah.
24 guys, it's not easy.
It's
On a
crazy.
Saturday in Tibbetts.
Especially Mikey running the league with Matt. It's tough for you guys, I know.
Yeah.
It's real nuts.
To get everyone together.
Matt has to go real early, like at 8 in the morning, to hold the friggin' benches.
yeah.
We don't show up to 1 o'clock. Bees everywhere. But
Bees everywhere.
So Matt and I would get there like 8 a.m. because, the Mexicans love Tibbetts Park, the
Yeah,
soccer,
yeah.
Sunday, everything,
Yeah, they take over.
They really do. It's
do,
like a
yeah.
fiesta there every time we
Yeah.
go.
They're there before the sun comes up.
Yeah.
But so I'd never met Phil's like, "Come join this league." It's a gauntlet. I'm like, "I'm sold." So I walked and I'm like, I don't know a lot of people there. I know Phil, Sparno, and Vinny, and that's it. So next minute, we're all throwing football. We play Randy Moss. We do all these games.
Randy Moss.
Next
Randy
minute,
Morris, man.
Great game.
Bringing
next
us
minute, I
back.
see somebody throw the football, and I see Mikey here. I didn't know his name at the time. He's like running around with basically like the equivalent of a steel chair in wrestling. He's like smacking some kid in the head. I actually have the video, Angela, if you want to roll it. And next minute, Mikey ends up in the bush, and I'm like, "Fuck, this guy's funny as fuck." And everybody in that gauntlet is fucking great guys.
The
I
gauntlet's
came
great.
out with poison ivy and about 20 thorns.
But yeah, you're Mikey. We're gonna start the gauntlet up again, then, are we?
I think we will. I just got to talk to Matt.
Is this
and,
the announcement? You got
Official.
The gauntlet is back.
Bang, baby.
2022.
Nice.
We're back.
Nice.
So if you were banned, it's been 5 years, and
Mark the Shark was banned for 5 years.
no
He's
more,
back.
no more
Dying today.
bans, man. And we have a gauntlet winner right
Yes,
here.
we do.
He split
Two
a team
gauntlet
with
winners.
the
Two gauntlet
Phil.
winners.
Yes.
Yes.
Two gauntlet winners.
And a gauntlet runner-up. Vinny.
Wow.
Vinny beat me.
I actually beat you in the finals that year.
Yes, you did by 2 points.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 points.
I remember
We've all
that.
been in the finals. That's pretty nuts. 4 out of the fucking
That's
24
actually
accolades.
crazy.
Yeah.
Second place gets
And it's only been
nothing.
3 years, the gauntlet.
Nothing.
Right?
No.
How many
splitting.
years was the gauntlet? 4?
2018 was the last year.
How many years was it? Like, did we do it?
3, I think. 'cause
We
I remember
started in
3.
14,
Was it 4?
2014,
Okay.
yeah.
So maybe 4?
And we had fucking two
The
winners here.
first winner were the Frills.
Yeah, they're always good at fantasy.
The great
They
thing
are,
is
man.
you
They're
maybe,
good at something.
do you still have the boards? I like that about the drafts every
Matt
time.
has them, yeah.
He does it right
He's
now.
got them all.
I helped Matt move in August, and he still had the board. On oak tag.
You get to see
That's
the draft
great.
boards from like
Cross
3 years ago.
outs,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. I like that thing.
So one great thing me and
It
Mikey
might be in
did.
Cube Smart. We don't know, because now Matt's in Portchester.
That's
Oh,
true.
wow.
It might be in Cube Smart, the boards.
I just
So
Maybe do I no choose this year?
one time Mikey was going to Panama with his fireman buddies. Mikey's a fireman in the city. And they were going to Panama. And Mikey's little brother Matt was going, who's my friend. And I remember one day I was actually at Davey's house, and Matt's telling me he's going to Panama in like 2 days. I was like, who's going? He's like, Mikey and his fireman friends. I was like, can I come? He's like, yeah, I guess. So I like literally.
You can always come, man.
Yeah. So I literally like maxed out my credit card. I had like a $600 limit at the time on my credit card. I just maxed it out. Like, fuck it, I'll buy flights and we'll go. Oh, I had no money. Just bought flights.
This is 2011.
Yeah, I was like 17 at the time. I remember, and I was like 2 days later, we're going to Panama. I was like, I never really been to another country with
That's great.
with like my boys yet. I didn't know any of these guys besides Mikey and Matt. So I remember it was so funny. Me and Matt get to Panama. We find the hotel. It was called the Las Vegas
The Las Vegas Inn, I believe.
Vegas Inn. So we get to the hotel,
And you got there like 3 a.m.
Yeah, we get there at 3 a.m. So they're already like done partying. They're in the hotel room. So me and Matt get there. We open the car doors, and these girls are like waving at us and stuff. These really pretty girls are like waving at us, saying hi. I was like, man, Matt, everyone's so nice here.
they love us.
Little did we
love
know.
us.
Little did we know they're working girls, of course. But we didn't know that we were so like young and
Like green.
Yeah, we didn't know anything like
Naive.
that didn't even happen. Yeah, we were naive. We were like, oh, everyone's so nice over
It's
here.
like the
This is
stuff,
funny.
it's the stuff out of movies.
It's a great economy.
That's
So we didn't even know Mikey's boy had this. I didn't know this was happening at all when we got there. I thought we were just going to party and stuff. They had this this thing planned. Talk about it, Mikey. The Kuna.
The Kuna Indians. So he's a chief now in the fire department. He was my old lieutenant, Mike Radicella. He wanted to do something, adventurous. And so we went to go stay with the Kuna Indians. They're like
Yeah.
the natives of Panama.
oh, wow.
It's crazy. You got to go like an hour. You have to drive like an hour from Panama City, and you're on a boat for like an hour, right?
Yes, yeah, we're on the islands. And Scott Peterson, he was right. He goes,
Oh, my God.
we really want to do this with these Indians? And like there was a picture of him like sewing, like
Yeah.
and the other one's like chopping wood.
What they look like?
They look
actually-
miserable.
It's crazy.
Scott goes, they look miserable. Why are we wasting our time? We came all the way out here for this, like they look miserable. And it was like a picture of them, like on the brochure, like Kuna Indians.
So before we went, we had to like prepare, and we were so poorly prepared. We go to the Walmart before we go, and I remember Scott's trying to get like, we got to get snacks, we got to get suntan lotion.
We want some hummus. We want sun chips.
There wasn't going to be a refrigerator, so we're like, no, we're not getting any of that. We'll just get red wine.
Yes.
So we got a bunch of red wine.
Carlo Rossi.
Yeah.
It was Carlo Rossi, the big jug.
So all we had was red wine. Like we should have came with a million things. We had
Scott was right, man.
We had no lotion. We all burned because it was like no trees, just on an island.
Yeah.
And it's like
We were playing volleyball.
You can't hide from the sun.
When you're just playing volleyball.
If you want to
in the
hide from the sun, you had to go into like a hut. You
Yeah.
stayed in like a straw hut.
So we had no lotion and just red wine. It was nuts. And like they fed you like 3 meals a day. The first meal was like an egg on a piece of toast.
They fed us like peasants, man.
We're starving. Like a toast and an egg. That's your meal. And then the next meal, it's like a fish, like a full fish, and like a rice.
head and all.
And that was it. So I remember everyone's eating their fish and the rice, and no one ate the head. So I'm eating everyone's fish head because I was starving. I ate like 7 fish heads because no one else would eat it. I'm like, yo, I gotta eat something. And then we're like swimming to the other island trying to find coconuts.
Yeah.
And we're like getting coconuts from the tree and trying to break them on a rock.
With swords.
We're like, Wilson! Hitting the rock with the coconut, trying to get any juice we could. We were dying.
We were dying.
How long did you stay there for?
It sounds
2
horrible.
days.
Sounds
2
horrible.
nights, yeah. And there was a monsoon the second night. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was crazy. No, it was a real beautiful.
It was like Castaway.
So we get to the island and like you meet the Kuna Indians. So you're on their island first.
And they speak English?
No. But there's
wow.
one guy that drinks you a
Translates.
tour, and I remember they're playing basketball, and they all had Patriots jersey, Patriots 18-0.
No.
Yes.
That's where those shirts go. They had like the Shaq shoes and like the Patriots 18-0 shirt on. I was like, look at
It was
this.
real deal poverty.
From when
Yeah.
the Giants beat them?
Yeah,
That's
because
so
they had those
fucking-
shirts ready. They just give them to the
Yeah.
homeless or whatever. So like they're playing basketball out there. I was like, yo, whoop their ass. But we never did.
Did you ever see
No, we
Barnabas
had the
shirt
soccer
on?
game. We had the soccer game.
We played them in soccer.
Yeah.
They
And we-
definitely beat you.
So we played them in soccer. Yeah, it was us against them, and like it's like hilly.
They had no
like-
sneakers either.
Yeah.
They had no
So like
footwear.
neither did we. So we're like kicking it and we're like hitting the ground because like hilly, and like we all came out with like stubbed toes. We're like dying. We could barely walk.
I played in my bathing suit, so I had the net. I was all scraped up. The net from the bathing suit. I was like sliding.
Did you say this was like a bachelor party or no? Was it just
No, it was just,
just-
just go,
just a-
just to go
yeah,
away.
that's great. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but like you're on this. They bring you to like to visit the Kuna, and they have like a couple like the albinos. Remember?
Yeah, they worship the albinos.
really white people?
Yeah. So they like
Yeah.
they're like you could tell they're albino. Because all of them are like black looking, and then they had this like a couple of them that were totally white albino, but they worship.
I
them.
never seen.
You never seen albino before?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
They worship the albinos like they're higher power or something. So
Yeah, because they during the eclipse, they they didn't get cooked or anything, so that was the whole thing.
That's what they
That's
say?
why they worship.
That's what they believe?
Because it's something to do with the eclipse.
yeah, and then so they bring you to like to visit them. They show you how they do things, but then they take you to the island we're staying at, and there's nobody on it, just us, and it's a tiny island, literally
No trees, nothing.
the size of this restaurant
it's got a little
is
shed.
the island, and it's got
No.
like 4 sheds that you sleep in.
I'd be scared the water comes in and fucking like.
No, it's
There was
beautiful.
no water. There was no showers. There was nothing.
No,
Beautiful.
but I'm saying like the sea comes in and fucking.
It
Like,
could, but it's so beautiful, man. Like you could literally like swim to another island. There's no one there.
and it's never like above your head, kind of. The water's shallow or
No. You have to swim.
Oh,
Yeah,
proper
I
swim.
It could be a shark
You
coming
could
to eat
you could die.
You don't know. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Could be a shark, anything.
I was swimming as fast as I could to get the other
I
island. to get to the
wouldn't do it.
I
I
remember.
freaked out by
Remember
the
the
water.
volleyball?
Really?
Yeah.
We played these guys in volleyball, and like they just had like.
But every
whips.
sport, volleyball,
We
basketball,
played
soccer.
soccer and volleyball.
You had to
played
do
them.
something to
These
keep
guys,
busy.
Yeah, there's
There
nothing
was
you
nothing
could
to
do.
do. You're on an island.
Yeah, there was nothing to do. They just feed you these stupid
Was it
meals.
sand or was it like? Who you guys playing soccer on?
It was sand. It was the whole island was sand.
I remember this one guy came with his girl.
The
It
Italian
was,
guy.
It was just us, and then this other guy came with his girl, but he brought like a lobster feast, and he
Yes.
had them cook it for him. And they had so much food, these 2 people,
And we were
I'm
starving.
like dying. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, I hope they fucking offer it to us
did they?
after they're done. No,
Do you not even
they
ask?
ate it, threw the rest out. They didn't care.
So they brought all this food and had like the natives cook for them.
Yeah,
You
that's
should-
what you're supposed to do. We fucked up.
I know,
we had the
but
red
you
wine.
should have came up there like user like the tribe and like give me that lobster.
Yeah,
like
we
we're gonna
should've.
kill you if you don't give it. to
We
us.
should have done that.
Then we went to the island de
Muchachas.
Muchachas, and there was nothing going on in that island.
They said there was going to be an island full of women. Island de Muchacha. So like, take us there, please.
we got on like a fan boat, and
Yeah, they bring us there. It's like all these like Jewish girls. I don't even know what they were doing.
yeah,
there.
there were a lot of Israelis.
Why,
yeah.
what were they even doing there? It was just like it was like probably the same thing we were doing.
Probably, yeah,
Whatever.
winging it.
But they called it Island de Muchachas, thinking like it was going to be like the awesome thing, you know?
Yeah, it was nothing.
There was nothing, man. There was nothing going on. It was just another island. Man. We just traveled another hour to do the same shit we were doing.
How long did you stay in Panama for?
A week.
So
We did the 2 days on this thing.
But then the other 4 or 5
Panama
days
City's
was
awesome.
nuts? Was it good?
Panama City was
Yeah,
wild.
it's really cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, we were rocking up Panama City. I remember. Yeah, they got like it's kind of like Colombia or similar. Yeah.
But these are all places I haven't been to, so maybe I'll put Panama City on the fucking
Panama's
on
cool.
the list.
It's a good spot. They're
And
big
they
in
use
the-
our currency.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they use our money. We went to see the Panama Canal.
Yeah, you guys went to Colombia, right, for your party?
Mikey's bachelor
Yes,
party
yeah,
was
yeah.
Colombia.
That's nice.
We did that.
So remember how long it took in Panama? How long it took to get breakfast? It's like
Oh my
it took
God.
like over an hour. Remember, Scott? I was like, I'll take some French toast. Well, like, you ordered French toast now? Like, it took forever to get the food.
Really?
Yeah, it's like an hour. You have to wait. We're dying.
It's not your standard IHOP,
Why is that? Just for,
I don't know. People just
It's kind of like South Carolina. how
maybe
the
it's
same
just
thing.
like they have,
Yeah.
they have one cook and he's cooking
We're
for
so
them and
used to-
everything.
We're used to New York. Things come out in 2
fast
seconds.
paced.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No one
Yeah.
else gives a shit.
If it's not out quick,
You go to Cracker Barrel in Pennsylvania, man. It can take 40 minutes to get.
Honestly, I would recommend anyone to try the Kuna Island if you go to Panama.
It sounds horrible.
But
I
make
don't
sure
wanna
you
go
bring.
there.
No, you just have to bring stuff. You have to come
I'm
prepared.
one and done, man.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, I would definitely do it, but
You
I
have to go
If
prepared.
you brought food, about them cook for you. Right?
Yeah, you have to bring stuff.
That's
nice
fine.
lobster feast.
Well, what happened to us was we all got sick, real bad.
Really bad.
When me-
Hepe.
So these guys went to Colombia after. Me and Matt came straight home from Panama. The second me and Matt get home, we're dying. Like I felt like my liver was on fire. Like I had to shit, throw up every fucking 5 seconds.
bad.
I'm like calling Matt. I'm like, yo, you sick? He's like, yeah, I'm dying.
And Scott said, he goes, I don't know if anybody knows. They all have yellow eyes. I think they all have Hepe. Scott was right. Scott was right
He
about
was
everything
right.
on that
Really?
whole trip, man.
He was. So what happened was we got sick because these guys were cooking our food and not washing their hands first. So it's kind of like we got like,
did you get
whatever.
whatever? Is that what it is?
no, I don't know, but we got real
I
bad.
don't know.
was
Whatever.
Hepe.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
It
the
might
one,
have been
the
Hepe.
one that can get cured.
Matt and
yeah.
Phil were in Lawrence Hospital.
Yeah, we were dying. Real bad. That was the worst
And
sick
me and
I've
my
ever had in
friend
life.
Rich, we were done.
They
man.
were in Colombian
We were in
hospitals.
Colombia. I thought I got altitude sickness. I didn't know what was going on,
Sparta, you want to go over to Panama?
No, that's
Over
so
here?
So we're in the
I don't
Andes
wanna go there.
Mountains. And so me and Rich, and Scott didn't get sick.
He was the only one, right?
Yeah, he was
Because
the
he
only
was
one.
probably so safe, was
Me
he?
and
knew.
Rich were bad, yeah.
Yeah, you know. He
Scott
probably
was saying, no, suck it up.
I'm eating all the fish heads. I'm
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
the eye. Yeah, I was eating the eye. I probably got something else.
Like, I only know Scott through the gauntlet, and I could tell like he's probably
I don't know if I
maybe
know Scott.
smarter than all of us.
No, he is. He's
Right?
going to be a chief.
You know what the best thing about Scott is? He's always right, and we always go against him.
Yeah.
He's system?
Yeah. We always go against him.
He's
But
not system with stocks.
yeah.
Oh, is he bad at stocks?
So like he was right about bringing the snacks, bringing the other things. We're like, no, we'll bring red wine. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, we had
That's
no
great.
lotion. We had no food. We were dying. Funny. But he's always right about things like that. If you ever need to go on vacation, Scott's the man. He cuts like his soap into little pieces
Yeah.
in the
I
shower.
saw it on a show
He brings
once.
it one into the shower every time, finishes it. Like he has his whole system.
you mean he doesn't want to share soap? Is that what you mean?
Like he does that because if he's in these little hotels, like they might not have soap, so he brings his own little soap.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I always bring soap when I go.
He's
no,
prepared.
but do you
No, but he
slice it
chops
into
up like the
fucking
Irish
7
Spring,
different
you know?
pieces?
No,
It looks like he has a big bag full of crack. It's like little soaps.
We should get him on someday.
He's good. He was here yesterday.
Should, yeah.
Oh,
He was
yeah?
here last night, man.
I haven't seen him since
He was
2018, I
ordering
guess.
the clams.
He's
oregano.
always prepared.
Am I wrong here if I get the clams oregano?
Is he in any or ever like other fantasy leagues?
He was in the
Does-
gauntlet.
Yeah, I
He was
knew
in the
I knew he was
Gauntlet,
gauntlet.
No, that's it though.
I feel like he would be fucking good at that
He
stuff
might have
too.
been in the toddler league before, and then he left.
He was in the TM's Champions League.
Yeah, he was in that.
Nelly's was good times.
Yeah, he was a big.
Oh, you used to work there, too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
him and
I worked there 5 years before.
Remember? I didn't know you were
We both
fireman.
started. It was Derek Jeter's last game, and we went to Maggie's, and that's
Yeah.
when Big Cash was like, "Listen, I just fired this guy Sean or whatever." And he's
Yeah.
like, "I go, what night do you need me?" He's like, "Saturday." I'm like, "I think that's impossible."
That's a no-brainer.
I go, "You can't use me on a Thursday," and he goes,
That's
"I got Phil on Thursday." I go,
Thunder
"Well, if you got
Thursday.
Phil, you got me."
I was doing Thunder Thursday. Mikey was doing Satanic Saturday.
Satanic. Wow.
It probably was.
Mikey, remember you came to
It
Breeze
was
one
always
day?
a full moon. I'll say that.
Yeah,
It
he
was
used
always
to,
a
he used to
full
come to
moon.
Brazen Fox sometimes, like late nights.
One
right?
day I drove him home, and I didn't know you were a fireman. I'm like, oh, you work at Nelly's? That's where else do you work?
You just thought I was a bartender, yeah.
I'm like, I just work at Nelly. That's cool. And
You
he's
drove
like,
me home one night, yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yes, same time.
In a Ford Fusion,
It was a Ford Fusion.
You're a big
at the
Ford
time.
guy. He still drives a Ford, right?
Got the Explorer now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, me and Mikey.
and then there was the girl in the back seat. She just wakes up and like, wait, there's
Oh,
somebody back
yeah.
here. I'm like,
Fuck.
there's somebody back here. It's like, Amanda, quiet down back there.
I was going to say
Always the man,
TC
he
Treat
definitely
was the man.
This whole one, we're on 287 Sawmill. I had no clue somebody was in the back.
Yeah. I don't know who the fuck that was.
She was out cold.
So when,
TSC Treat?
when Trump first started running for president, we were like, I remember what made me really love Trump was we were in Dallas for the Giants game in 2016, and Trump was giving a speech in Maverick Stadium where the Mavericks play. And our Uber driver told us it's a free thing. Why don't you go see Trump? We were asking him for things to do. He's like, you can go see Trump talk. We're like, I don't know. We'll go see. All right, we'll go see Trump. So we went to go see him. We had no idea he was running for president. We just thought it was like Trump giving a
It
speech.
was like 2014, 2015.
20
2015 is when he came down the escalator.
Yeah. So we see Trump and it was fucking great. We're like, wow, this guy's awesome. We got to vote for him. So me and Mikey were working at Nelly's, and we did this Make McLean Great Again.
It was April 2016 is when we did.
So we had this day where me and Mikey were both bartending at Nelly's, and we had this whole thing, Make McLean Great Again, and we had the immigration challenge. Like we had whoever wanted to sign up for the immigration challenge, you had to chug a Corona like you're in Mexico. Then you had to hop over a wall.
No, then you had to do a shot of tequila too.
No. Oh yeah.
Yes.
So it was crazy. You had to chug a Corona, do a shot of tequila, jump over the wall. I built like this stupid wall in the bar. Then you had to chug a Guinness to be in Ireland to make sure pretend you're from Ireland, and then you had to climb the ladder. On top of the thing, there was a shot of like American whiskey. You had to do the shot.
It was Jack Daniels.
And that was the end. And you do it without throwing up.
You were American after that?
Then you were in America after that.
You were in.
So like 20 people did the challenge. Like I remember I threw up.
Really?
I threw up. Yeah, I had the fastest time, but I threw up and I lost.
Pat O'Sullivan did it very good.
Yeah, Pat O'Sullivan's the winner.
How big was
Matt did it good. My
Vinny
sister
Norton,
Vinny Norton did it good.
who called in today, did it. He almost won.
You did it?
Oh, I'm
Yeah, I
surprised.
did it.
I'm
How'd
surprised
you
you didn't
get
talk
Vinny
about
to
it.
call in?
He just been dying to call in.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a lot of free time after he left Nelly's,
Yeah.
so
Oh, wow.
he's
Bar
ringing us
man.
every week.
Wait, he's not at Nelly's anymore. He's the GM.
He's banned from now.
Banned.
Banned and
He
fired.
went from the top to banned.
He went from top 5 to not mention at all.
All right. Well,
Wait,
that's it. Yep.
No, but it's two things.
okay.
Some tasty treats.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Tasty treats.
We give our
Tasty
guests a tasty treat every time
And
on the
let's
show.
not forget,
That brown bag.
Brown bag.
Tell
of
me.
these?
Our
Yeah,
treat-
so the tasty treats are. I don't know where they come
I need
from.
to watch
Phil.
the show so you know this. Our guests get tasty treats, so couldn't forget about you.
Mikey Mullins is obsessed with Goldberg.
I'm a
bagels.
food critic, believe me.
Goldberg's
Goldberg's.
bagels. So that's what we got today, folks.
Goldberg's?
Bagels.
Wow.
Apparently, you go here every day, Mikey. Is that true?
4 times a week, I'd say.
So I just got a lock spread bagel for us.
Okay.
It's very smells.
Goldberg's was great. Goldberg's is over there.
Always is, man.
Yeah, over
Delicious.
there.
That's in Yonkers.
I never had it before.
It was delicious.
Over on Central
You
Avenue.
obviously not living, Spano.
Guess not.
It's kind of like, how do you describe where it is?
Mile Square Road and Central Park South.
Yeah.
Yonkers.
That's where
Right
it
by
is.
that bridge, right? On the bridge.
Joe Torre used to go there all the time when he was
Really?
a Yankees coach.
Still does.
I think
Oh,
he
yeah?
still does, yeah. So one more thing about Mikey. When I was real young, Mikey used to throw these booze cruises and VFW post
The
parties.
Riptide 3 out of City Island.
Yep. So Mikey used to, and we'd all be under 21. Well, it would usually be just me and Matt.
I think I was under 21.
But me and Matt would be the only ones from my group, really. Maybe like,
Colin Costello came one year.
Connell, and for real. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's it? Just a big like mash of guys
So I
and
rented
girls?
out this big fishing boat, and we would just stock it with booze, and I charged 60 for guys, 50 for girls.
Nice.
And
System.
just stock it, and then
Yeah.
They take out fishing. They make
No,
you run.
no
you go to the
fishing.
Statue
No
of
fishing.
Liberty. It's 5 hours. It's from 7 to midnight.
It's just a
They
booze
usually
cruise.
do.
You just
So I
booze
tell
and eat.
people, hey, the boat leaves at 6. If I didn't tell people that the boat left at 6, and I told them it left at 7, there'd be 50 people on it.
Yeah.
Because everybody would miss the boat. you
Yeah.
know?
But those were really fun. He'd have a DJ. We'd have fucking.
I'd have cabs lined up right to the border. Hey, listen, can you get cab or the cab? I planned ahead with everything.
Yeah,
so I
it was
used to
awesome.
throw it with Sean Nugent and Justin Aurelio.
This is when you were like 18 years old?
No, more like 20, 21.
Well,
you know, like my 21st birthday, we did it.
So we
August
were like
7th,
16.
2004. That was the first booze cruise.
How do you remember that?
Because Nugent was born on August 4th. I'm August 10th. So we had August
The
7th.
middle. You did the middle
You
one.
know.
Wow.
So technically, I wasn't even 21. You must have been like 17.
Yeah, 16,
Sure, than
17.
4, yeah.
Where you get wasted on this thing.
Oh, it's
Friggin-
great. Phil be doing the worm.
Yeah.
You still break out the worm.
I do the
from
worm
time
every
to
now
time,
and then.
yeah.
One day I'm gonna do the worm and I'm gonna fucking dislocate a shoulder, and that's when you know it's over. Getting old here. Everyone wants me to do the worm at every wedding.
Yeah. You done Vinny's wedding, right?
The only
Yeah.
thing better
Did
than
you
the
really?
worm is
Yeah.
the backwards worm.
That's what
That's
what I
the
did.
one. That's the one you
Backwards
done
worm.
at Vinny's
Yeah.
wedding.
You did
Yeah.
backwards worm?
The backwards worm.
Yeah.
You
What
don't
the hell
remember the
were
worm
you
at the
sporting
Vinny's
on?
wedding?
I was fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah, I know we were. You tried a tasty treat if I
No,
remember
I
right.
didn't. You were trying, but that wasn't happening.
You were trying.
I was not trying.
There was plenty of
Okay.
tasty treats at
Yeah,
Vinny's wedding.
the bridesmaid he was with.
Where did he get married?
I was not.
Vinny,
Westchester?
it's Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy
was
Hollow.
beautiful.
Okay.
Apparently it's like the top 10 wedding place in the country, not even New York.
Wow. Was it beautiful?
It was very, very fancy,
Yeah.
and it was a great crack.
Yeah.
And it was during COVID.
Vinny
time.
came to all the booze cruises and
yeah.
VFWs and everything, you know.
That's great. All right, then I guess to finish it off, Mikey, every week, I know you watch, I do celebrity picks.
Okay.
So I know you listen the way in, so unfortunately I give up 3 year picks to Shannon Sharp, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden.
Ohio State.
So all you got is one pick, and
Okay.
it's your boy, the Jets. I know you're one of the biggest Jets fans I ever know.
Okay.
You're happy enough the season's going so far? Or?
Mike White. White Lightning.
That's it?
That's it, man.
All right.
Happy to have him. Haven't been as excited since Boomer Esiason.
Do you think they'll make the playoffs?
I don't know. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
it's tough. So
You
this week they
Tough
actually,
division.
This week they play the Bills, and Jets beat the Bills earlier in the season. Bills are -9.5.
Yeah,
It's in Buffalo.
I say the Jets lose by 7, so I'm going Jets.
That's all we need in this show, and I would
That's it.
I like the Jets too. I think this week.
I like the Jets too.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't
9.5's
like-
a lot, man.
The only thing I don't like is that the Jets already beat the Bills. So
Yes, that's the one thing.
That's
people,
big.
People are going to be betting the Jets.
The Bills will beat them by 7.
Yeah.
Seven,
can be
everyone's a winner.
They're in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
A lot of snow up there maybe this
Very
time of year.
snow, very cold.
It might be 8 feet of snow.
All right. Well, look, Mike, your record's going to be based on 3 celebrities, so we'll see how that goes.
Three celebrities? What are you talking about? What celebrities?
Watch the show this week.
Thanks,
Okay.
Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey, it's
Thanks
great.
for having me,
guys. You guys are
Appreciate
the
it,
best.
man.
Thank you.
System.
Advanced system.
Brazen.
All right. Thank you, Mikey Mullins.
Yeah, Mikey.
That was
Appreciate
great. Great to have him. Also, thank you, Shannon Sharp, Stone Cold ET, Biden, Trump, Nick from Johns, and
Mike Pillow Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Mike Lindell for calling in. We appreciate all the calls.
Vinny
Anyone
Nolan.
else that wants to call in, maybe we'll do another segment down the line with the rest of you. Maybe we'll get Brad Pitt and
Definitely, yeah. Season
Angelina
2 could
Jolie.
be a lot of
Hey, some
big,
great
big
A
names.
celebrities.
Yeah, even better than Biden and Trump.
Does it get any better?
All right, so our second favorite part of the show, our picks. And this week, there's not many games going on. We just got one college game and the rest of the NFL, so we're going to take 2 picks each instead of 3.
Yeah, we don't want to force it too much. You couldn't take 3 games each because there's 14 games total.
Yeah.
And that's 9 out of 14. It's not system.
It's
You know,
much.
it's
Yeah, not
system.
system at
Not
all.
system at all.
So here we go.
All right,
Spartizzle.
I'll start off. My first pick is the Chiefs -9.5 versus the Broncos.
Brooklyn Chiefs.
The Chiefs just lost to the Bengals. That's big.
Huge.
It's a large spread. Broncos are home. Everyone's going to think Broncos are going to cover the spread. It's too many points, but Chiefs are going to come out. They're going to kill them. Mahomes and Kelsey are going to be back, and they're going to kill them.
Man, this guy, Russell Wilson, can't get any worse, can he?
He's terrible.
I actually think I said this to Brooklyn the weekend because Kelsey had a bad game against the Bengals. I would say he had bounced back with 2 touchdowns. So that's a JP
Yeah.
prop bet.
Yep.
Kelsey, 2 touchdowns.
I agree.
I like that.
The second one, I got Panthers +3.5 versus Seahawks. Panthers suck and only getting 3.5 points. And Seattle is really good at home. Everyone's going to be on Seattle.
Geno Smith dominating.
Geno Smith, yeah. Is
So-
he actually? Who's the favorite as like comeback player of the year?
It's got to be him.
It has
Oh,
to be.
Saquon.
Is that who's winning at the minute?
Well, I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I
Geno
still
Smith
think,
ever came back from anything. I think he always sucked. So
Yeah, it's not really coming back. If
but,
you
but he's still in the batting. I don't know how they do it, but he's
that is
one-
weird.
Yeah,
That's the same thing I said about Danny Dimes. Like, they said comeback player of the year. Like, where'd he come back from? He's
which
never
he's
good.
also in the running for.
Yeah, you know? It's
Yeah,
stupid.
that's
Saquon
fine.
should really get it. He had a good year, and then
yeah, that's really
Has
the
he
comeback.
tailed off the last couple of weeks or no?
I think so, but he's still having a good year.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, that's it. Panthers +3.5.
2-0.
2-0.
Close your head.
Close me out. That's it.
All right, fair enough. So as I said, usually I do the old 1 NCAA and 2 NFLs, but since Phil commandeered the only 1 college football this
Yeah.
week, I will take 2 NFLs. So first game is 1 o'clock on Sunday is Vikings against the Lions. The Lions are at home and the Lions are -2.5. I'm going to take the Lions.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. Lions are 5-7. The Vikings are 10-2. The second best team in NFC next to the Eagles. The Vikings are 4-1 on the road. This game's in Detroit. The Lions are 3-5, so they're not even good at home.
That might be one of those games I say to take a large bet on.
Wow. Let's see what comes to Sunday, but read
Yeah,
those
well-
words very carefully. The Vikings already beat the Lions earlier in the season by 5 points. But just from a personal point of view, I'm talking about Detroit, Amon St. Brown, I play this guy in fantasy this week. It's winner go home. No, it's not actually winner go home. The winner gets a bye.
Yeah.
Which is fucking huge.
In the Brazen League.
Yes, a big, bad Brazen League. Amron St. Brown is going to knock this guy into third place.
Are you guys both in the playoffs?
Yeah, we're
Right,
automatically in. We're just looking for the bye.
Yes, we're
I'm
no
not
matter what.
even near
You're
the
done.
playoffs.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Not system when it comes to fantasy either.
No, guess not.
As I said, I think the Lions 2.5. Lions will win that game straight up. Field goal. Big
They're
bang.
-2.5.
That's what I'm saying. So they'll win by 3. Big bang boom. Field goal.
I think they're going to kill them.
By even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a touchdown.
Why is that spread -2.5?
It doesn't.
They're going to win by 10.
They're going to win. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely going to win.
That's pick of the weekend, maybe. And
Yep.
then the second one, just to show I'm not like a fucking bias guy, the Browns are playing the Bengals. Browns are +6 against my Bengals. I'm going to take the Browns with the points. We all saw it the weekend. Now Bengals beat Kansas City Chiefs all week now. I've seen fucking some analysts going Bengals are the best team in the AFC, period. I don't even believe that. And I actually fucking like the Bengals. There's a great spot to be. I know the Browns just won last weekend, but they won on 2 defensive touchdowns, special teams and a defensive.
They were down
interception.
5-0 in the second quarter to the
yeah,
freaking Texans.
Are they
think
playing in the
it's
best
half
city in the world, or are they playing on the road?
It's a great question. I
think it's
the
in
best.
Bengals.
I think it's the best city in the world. But Deshaun Watson didn't look that good. That was his comeback game for the Browns. So people are like, everyone's on his back because
He'll come
everything
out firing
happened.
today.
Yeah. And people now think Joe Burrow and the Bengals are better than they are. Just because of me, I want the Bengals to win. Bengals by 4 points. Sounds a bit fair to me. And that puts me 2-0. We're always going for the 9-0 show. This could be this
6-0 show.
It's a good chance. We went 7-2 last week.
I like 6-0 this
Yeah,
week.
6-0. Let's start
Nice
6-0.
little 6-0 parlay.
Yep.
I like
So
that.
Phil, you knock it
Not too
off.
many games.
Here we go. Here we go. I got my first pick, Navy versus Army. It's the only college game this week, so we had to take it no matter what. It's honestly, it's not much system to it. It's
Wow.
just, for me, Navy's 4-7, Army's 5-6. Army's got the better record, and Navy's favored by 2.5. I feel like they're begging you to take Army, so I'm taking Navy -2.5. That's really all I can say about that game.
Do they them two play each other every single year? Is that
Yeah,
what
this
it is?
is
Armed
like the
Forces
big
Bowl
game.
or whatever it is?
Yeah, that they play every year. But they're playing in Philadelphia, so Army's not really home.
No.
So I don't know.
Like you said, I mean, look, I would. It's one game. We want to bat in it. I like your reasoning for taking Navy.
Navy's definitely the system pick. It's the opposite of what you would do.
Opposite land.
All right, then this is my favorite pick that I have. Jags versus Titans. I know we dicked on the Jags last week. We took them off,
canceled the
and it
smart
worked.
bet.
Cancel last minute.
And honestly, it couldn't have went any better because the Lions crushed the Jaguars last week.
Now you're putting them back on?
So now we're taking the Jags +4 against the Titans. Titans are 7-5. Jags are 4-8. Titans are home. Jags are only +4. So, as I said, Jags got creamed by the Lions. The Titans in their last 10 games, the 3 teams, they're 7-3. The 3 teams they lost to are the Chiefs,
And the Eagles?
the Eagles, and the Bengals.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 losses out of. So they're telling you they're going to barely beat the Jags in this game.
They're only losing to playoff teams.
I think the Jags are going to win that game straight up.
Wow, that's a lot.
This is the coming out party for Trevor Lawrence, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, he's in my fantasy team. I need him to come out at one
He's
stage.
finally coming out. All right,
All right, so that's the 6-0 show.
6-0 show, and now it's time for our favorite part of the show.
Favorite, final.
Which
before I do the tune, Smarty, did you actually get 3 picks? You going for 2?
Just
No, 2
Two.
each.
Just two.
It's a
Oh,
2.
2 fades, 2.
2 fades,
It's,
2.
it's a 2-game show.
The 2-game show.
All right, and here we go. Time for Fade this Barno. Everyone fade this Barno. Hey, look, it's Mike Barno. Give us some losers today. Hey!
All right. All right, here we go.
I like
My first
Anjo
one-
dancing to the song with
That's
it.
very nice. He did
a good dance.
Nice
Get
moves over there.
You thought he was playing for Brazil with all his dance moves.
Dance party.
All right. So my 2 picks going NFC East on both of them. They're dominant. Cowboys first. They're playing Texans.
NFC Beast.
They're -16. Cowboys are playing really good this year. They blew out. What did they play last week? Before they played them?
Colts.
Killed them.
On Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. They're on fire.
33 points in the fourth quarter.
On fire. Texans are terrible. They suck. They only won 1 game all year. They didn't get blown out. Absolutely blown out. Probably worse than the Colts. It might be I don't know what, 40-point game.
Do you ever pay attention to like they put the games at the start of the year, and then as it gets closer to each game, if they see like a really good matchup, they move it to Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, they do that now. They start doing that now.
I read an article today, and it was like, why didn't they move the Chiefs Bengals to Sunday Night Football as opposed to putting Dallas and Colts? Dallas won by like fucking 39 points.
Yeah, I know.
And you had the Chiefs Bengals
You think
on
there's
at
a reason for
4:30.
that? I wonder.
No, they were just saying like, why wouldn't they do it? Like that, Joe Burrow and Mahomes are they're the quarterbacks for our next 20 years. Period. It just made no sense.
To be honest, just my personal view about football, like I don't even watch the night games.
I usually don't.
I do.
Most people,
Come on,
I feel
man.
like 1 o'clock games. You go out, it's nice. You know, you're watching like the night. By the time the night comes, everyone leaves the bar.
Even the
and-
4 o'clock games, I'm really
No,
kinda done with it.
always I feel like the 4 o'clock game is known as like the game of the week almost, or Fox call it the game
It
of the week.
should be
like,
the 1 o'clock.
Nah, it's too early, man. For
That's when
fucking-
everyone's so pumped, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot
I
of.
had it after 1 o'clock watching all those games. I'm like, all right.
Like
We-
Sunday night is definitely the worst one of all the night games.
Yeah, I agree.
Look, but we're not regular people because Sparno.
Waiting all day for Sunday night. No one's waiting for Sunday
Fair
night.
enough.
Nobody.
Let's cut that out. But Sparno, when we work, if the Giants are playing at 1 o'clock and the Giants are playing at 4 o'clock, it's two different fucking crowds.
When's it busier?
4 o'clock. It's like
No.
fucking Giants fans don't get out of bed. Sparno, I'm telling you, I've seen this for fucking years. I'm telling you, they don't come. They filter into the bar between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. Whereas if it's at 1 o'clock, they're not coming out.
Well,
before
we'll see
12
this
o'clock.
week. The Giants play night game this week
Oh, God. Don't
against the
tell me
Ravens,
that. I'm not
Redskins,
actually- I'm not even-
the
That's-
Commanders.
That's the Sunday night game.
Yeah,
No.
they moved it because it's an important game.
You sure?
Yeah, Sunday night
Definitely the
game.
Commanders playing the Eagles.
Oh, Eagles. My bad.
All right.
Oh, maybe it's next week that they move.
Oh, the week
the
after.
week after they move the Giants game to the
Because
night
it's
game.
Chargers playing on Sunday Night Football
Yeah.
against Miami Dolphins, and that's going to be a game.
Well, my second pick is
Your
the
bu-
Eagles Giants. That's how I knew they.
Oh, he did?
I'm
Got
taking
some
the Eagles.
insider information.
I'm taking the Eagles -7 in this one. Giants are falling apart. They're done. They had a good start. You know, back to reality. They're a terrible team. Eagles -7. Division game. Everything's gonna be close. It's not gonna be close. Eagles gonna kill them.
All right, so I really,
So-
really love the Giants for Field the Sparno.
Yeah, me
What was
too.
What was the first one again?
The Texans.
Cowboys.
Texans plus 16. That's a tough one.
It just,
I think I'll still
Texans
fade Sparno
are
on
really, really bad. Really bad.
that. Everyone just seen the Cowboys go
win by
nuts.
40 points.
I mean, against the Colts, who are
Texans-
better than the Texans.
No,
No,
the
they're gonna
did
keep it
the
going.
Texans win or did they lose?
They lost.
They lost.
To
They didn't even
the
cover.
Browns.
We
Oh,
had
yeah,
them.
they did. All right, I'll take the Texans.
That was our only loss on Sunday.
Oh, wow. I'll take, yeah. I like you going on to this
Oh no,
week.
our only. It was one of our losses on Sunday. We had more than one.
I'll take you on
That's
to.
it. Those are my two picks. Cowboys and Eagles.
So 8-0 show.
I guarantee that the Field the Sparno goes on to
8-0 show.
2-0, as in
Yes,
we
I
win,
got it.
you lose.
We win, you lose.
You win, we lose. All right, I guess that's show 16 in the book.
Show 16 in the books.
Real quickly, now, I don't know what your week looks like, Phil, but me and Sparno are sick of this gloomy New York weather, so we're actually hitting Florida for the weekend.
That tomorrow, actually.
Real early. I think that
Yeah,
flight's like
I
6
forgot,
in the morning.
Where you going?
Down to Fort Lauderdale.
Why?
Actually, I don't even know where the fuck we're going.
Why are you going there?
Either Hollywood or Fort Lauderdale. I don't know which one it is.
Hollywood's good.
We are going to Hollywood, actually. So
You
we're
stay at
flying
Hollywood
to
Beach.
I don't know where.
See, last time we went,
We said
we
Fort
didn't go to
Lauderdale.
Hollywood Beach.
I know we
We
didn't.
went to Fort Lauderdale Beach.
So now we're
Hollywood
close to-
Beach is more for our type of people,
We got for what side?
like older people.
Is
like
Hollywood
us.
Beach?
Fort Lauderdale's for like 18-year-old kids.
Yeah.
It's,
Remember?
I'd rather go there.
We never got to Hollywood Beach.
I remember.
We should have went there. We never did.
All
For
right.
Vinny's bachelor party. Remember?
Which
Remember?
we'll next week's guest is coming with us.
Yeah,
that's
Tony.
Tony. He booked a fucking.
Should I just come?
You were
If you want
invited.
to.
It'll be
enough-
like my Panama thing.
you were invited enough times.
I can come. I could just leave now.
The
and come.
invite's open. I'll
There's
book
plenty
the
of
flights.
space.
Yeah, I got some points in my card. But he booked us a real nice, like literally on the sea apartment.
Yeah, that apartment looks sick.
It looks real sick in the pictures.
So
Like,
we got
we're
the apartment,
literally-
we got the airfare, and we're
we
going.
got the CSE treats. Do we?
Maybe I'll go. We'll
I
see.
gotta get them right now.
If hopefully it's going to be a system weekend. Angelo, what are you doing? Yeah, he's
come
always,
too.
he's always busy.
But
He's
you're
al-
going tomorrow.
First thing tomorrow morning. From Westchester Airport.
Tomorrow's good.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll have a
Tomorrow's Thursday.
couple of nice stories. Might have a nice tan, and we'll see you all next week, I guess.
If you get
Yeah.
tan, I'll give you $100.
I'm gonna be tan.
I'm real white.
This guy
I'm
never
gonna-
gets tan.
I'm gonna be very tan.
Oh yeah,
You're
he's
tan no
somebody.
matter what.
He's tan right
I'm
now.
gonna be tanner.
All right.
That's it.
Sister.
Wrapping it up.
Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Phil, you like YouTube?
Spotify,
YouTube.
Phil never's off YouTube.
Apple.
All I do is
SoundCloud,
watch YouTube.
Spotify. All
Apple
in
Music.
once.
Apple Podcasts. And then,
Yeah.
if you're taking these show picks, you know what to do. We're dominant. We've only had one losing week on the show picks for the whole year.
Yeah.
The whole year, and it was 4-5.
Show picks, maybe for next season, aren't going to be as easy to get as they are right now. So show some appreciation.
Yeah, we're not going to give the show picks for free next year, folks. That's it. We figured it out.
Yep. So start donating.
Das it.
That's it. All right.
Thank you guys.
And thank you, Growlers Beer Bistro,
Thank
for
you.
having us here.
Thank you, George.
All right.
Thank you, Davey. And thank you, Phil.
All right.
System.
That's it.